I think if you ask my team, they'd say very exacting, very demanding.
So inside CBRE, I'm a senior director in a commercial fit-out team, delivering a range of commercial fit-outs for occupiers in the City of London.
Much more outgoing and relaxed outside of work.
I'm probably known for more of a dry sense of humour and living way out west.
Spend the first few years of your career getting as broad a breadth of experience as possible, and don't specialise in any sectors, and get as much experience as you can before picking the one thing that you love and then really throwing everything into that.
Project management is all about people at the end of the day. It's about driving a team and it's about wanting to deliver something meaningful at the end, something that has a real benefit, either in our case to the people that are going to live inside a building.
I'd say we look after projects in terms of just making sure that everything goes to plan, nothing goes wrong and there's no car crashes, everything runs smoothly.
I'm a building doctor, so I help to shape, look after buildings, make sure that they're built to a certain standing and that they're operating to their right capacity.
I'll be responsible for the cost reporting of that, driving the M&E consultants to make sure they've thought about everything that they need to, challenge them where I need to as well, just to make sure we're all on the same page. And I'll be reporting that through back to Rachel and Chris Noon as well.
Dealing with the due diligence, looking into the technical detail of the options or whether to stay or go.
So I'll be project surveyor and I'll be dealing with all the costs that Julie isn't dealing with, although we're working together on that, closely with the client and the design team. Initially, depending on what stage we're involved in, establishing a budget to match the client's brief.
Steve, who's going to be the face that you're going to see a lot of. I'll be probably the grey hair behind that, doing a lot of the day-to-day project management exercise. So that'll be everything from program management, ensuring that the team delivers according to the brief, and basically ensuring that you as a client come away with a building that you want at the end. So that's small responsibility there, but that's what we take on. That'll be new. We keep trying for that. I guess the challenge is to make sure we've got a design team and hold them to it. A design team that can deliver that and hold them to it.
I had a crystal ball in front of me that we could see all the blocks that are going to come up along the way that we're going to help you overcome.
And it's to clear the decks of everybody's diaries at the very start of a project and get everybody out at the start of a project for a nice meal and a few drinks to really get to know each other as a team, as a client team, as a consultant team, so that we're starting on a footing of friendships and real life relationships rather than a client and consultant relationship.
Reduce the learning curve.
It's almost hard to describe when we did it.
Myself and Neil here and Graham have worked together regularly on projects of this nature. This being one of them, and that was for the FCA, and they were going through exactly the same stay or go situation as you are. This is their new building being constructed behind.
So actually we're a very small team. There's 10 of us in the city fit out team, a large number of whom are actually on this project. So we work collectively on a day-to-day basis.
Old business for us now. It's nice to see it being built, but actually more recently we've been working for another occupier on this same plot, the British Council, and we've just concluded a deal with them to lease half of a building which they'll occupy in a couple of years' time. So we have lots of experience of doing transactions like this and working in a really integrated team with both our transaction colleagues and our clients.
So my role on the project was lead M&E surveyor. So we took the project from stage 3 when I was brought on board, from bringing the contractor on board, negotiating the M&E packages to make sure they were all on budget. We then had a second phase on the project, so that was with the same main contractor, and we negotiated the second phase of that also, and took it forward to final account, including all the changes as well, so it's quite a full-on process. We had over 100 changes, and that included phase 1 had to be redesigned from when we were on site, so we had to incorporate a lot of change while works were happening in the background. So quite involved, but quite challenging and successful project in the end.
So on the project for CBRE, my role was lead project manager throughout the whole of the design, construction and delivery phase of the project. I effectively acted as the single point of contact for the client, managing the internal CBRE team, but also the external consultant team. And I was, in a very similar way to the proposed for the old mutual team, effectively the glue that held all of the various construction, property and fit out related parts of the project together and interfaced with the business, be it HR, technology, procurement, and made sure that as an external team we worked as closely as we possibly could and dovetailed all of our processes, practices in with the wider business of CBRE.
My role on the project was exactly as it's going to be for you. I was project executive, wholly responsible for the delivery of the project, and that's been working with the FCAs for almost 3 years now. This team collectively has delivered something in the region of 1 million square foot on different buildings, but going through the same transaction and project delivery process. So it's a team that knows each other. We know how we function, and we know how we can bring that together to create the best result for our clients.